Good morning. My question is for Dr. Longteng. Earlier, you were comparing the sort of the current wave and hospitalizations linked to that with the fifth wave that we saw in January. And maybe I didn't follow this correctly, but you mentioned vaccination being a very important difference, and I'm kind of wondering what's changed around that. But also that people in the fifth wave, the younger people, were getting sick, and I feel like that would lead to less hospitalizations, but I understand we're seeing, expecting fewer hospitalizations now, even though older people are getting sick than in January. I'm wondering if you can just sort of explain those differences to me.
Well, thank you for the question. During the fifth wave, most cases occurred in a younger population. So the case load was very high in the province, but those people don't get hospitalized as much because they don't have these other conditions, or just age itself being a risk factor for being hospitalized for COVID. So, and that was mainly actually, it's not the fact that the younger one are not infected in the sixth wave. It was more that during the fifth wave, there was still some, social contacts between the younger and the older, or just society as a whole. But we observed that infection was mainly in the younger population. But this is multifactorial. In this upcoming wave, or the wave we're in right now, we see that people get infected into all age groups. And so it's just a constatation that something we observe. It's not it's not something we can act upon, but it's only, a fact or observation on the difference in epidemiology between both waves. I don't know if it answers your question.
But wouldn't that lead to, if we're seeing sort of older people get infected now, wouldn't that perhaps lead to more hospitalizations than we saw in January?
It could be. So this is why we are looking at this situation very closely. But as Dr. Boileau said, one of the most important protection factor is vaccination itself. And vaccine uptake in the older population is very, very good. So for them, even though they could be more infected, if they are vaccinated with the third shot and the fourth shot now, this will protect them against severe disease and hospitalization. So we have to take into account age, but also vaccination rate also. And we're very lucky in the province that the uptake of vaccine, the third dose and now the fourth, is very good in the older population.